It is delusion to think your actions have had any consequence. The fortress stands. The Inquisitorius continues its work. And I have come for you.
Lord Vader, we were ambushed upon arrival, but I have the situation well in...
I have no interest in your failures, Commander. I am here on a mission of my own. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away. She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them.
Yes, sir.
Those are just a few clips of some of the many acts that have taken on the iconic role of Darth Vader over the years. While the role of Vader is a heavy one to carry, it is one that some would rather give to AI. And well, I'm here to tell you that AI sucks, and that's not gonna happen, and YouTube, what is the word, y'all? Oh my gosh, it has been such a long time since I have just spoken to y'all, man. Like, the job market video, I guess, counts, but like, it's just been such a long time since I've given my opinions, my thoughts on what's going on in the pop culture world. I usually don't like to do these type of videos when I'm promoting interviews, because I just love to give all the attention, all the work, all of my time to the interviews to make sure it gets as many views as it can, because I put a lot of work and effort into those. I make shorts, and for those of you who are wondering where are the Johnny Young Boss shorts, I have decided to push my shorts and my short form content over to a new page. So if you're a fan of my shorts or just want to see the reels and stuff for shorts I do, real shorts, same thing, tomato, head over to Jantmore Shorts. I'll leave a link in the description, and then I'll put it where you could click and stuff, and you could go over there. But I wanted to do this video today because it's really important to me, and it's also a video I've wanted to do for a really long time. And you know, Mr. Scatterbrained over here can never get a video done, and life happens, and excuse. But today I'm finally able to sit down because big news in the world of pop culture. But first, I just want to talk about James Earl Jones. Now, we all know that the role of Darth Vader is one of, if not the most iconic villain roles in cinematic history. Whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, you know Darth Vader and you know the voice. James Earl Jones, it was just such a master of performance and sound. When James Earl Jones passed away, I genuinely was so sick. I couldn't believe it. James Earl Jones is one of those guys that you think will just live forever, you know, like a Stan Lee. I was sick when Stan Lee passed away, man, but when James Earl Jones passed, it hit me on a different level just because of how fond I've become of voice acting and just the craft that goes into this, but also because I just have such fond memories with James Earl Jones' voice. I remember when I was a kid, and my mom loves to tell this story, but whenever I was throwing a temper tantrum, and you know, James Earl Jones back in the day did like these Verizon commercials, whenever I heard James Earl Jones, like, it would just soothe me immediately. Like, temper tantrum deaded. Like, I was just there locked in listening to this phenomenal performer on screen. And there will really never be another James Earl Jones. You know, there are so many people that have taken on the role of Darth Vader, and it's really just that James Earl Jones is the mantle, like the mold for what Darth Vader is supposed to be. Same thing with Optimus Prime, right? Like, Peter Cullen will always be Optimus Prime to me. Obviously, tons of other people have taken on the role of Optimus over the years, but Peter Cullen is the standard, and there's a reason why a lot of the times when they can't get Peter Cullen to do the role, they just get someone to do a Peter Cullen-like voice. Granted, is sometimes not the greatest, but they do that because Peter Cullen set the standard for the character, and it's the same thing with James Earl Jones. You'll never get someone who's going to sound exactly like James Earl Jones, but there are some people who've come damn close, and that's what I want to talk about today. So if you guys have not been paying attention, Fortnite is doing a Star Wars season, and of course the main man himself, Darth Vader. Hold on, we'll do the thing. Oh yeah, y'all know I had to get this right. I painted it a little bit because it was like They didn't have like this silver bit, so I just like painted it in because I'm a nerd. But Darth Vader is in the new season, and he's AI. He is AI Vader. And of course, Fortnite came out and said, hey, we're using James Earl Jones' voice. We work with the family, yada, yada, yada. But here's this interactive Darth Vader voice that you can speak to, and it'll say things back to you and such like that. Who asked for this? Like, genuinely, who asked for this, right? Like, I don't think there's anyone who's out there like, you know what this Fortnite season is missing? Me being able to make James Earl Jones say Hawk Tua, to say the F slur. This is what this season is desperately needing. Why is this not here? Fortnite, what's the problem? Fortnite was like, you know what, guy? You right. Here you go. And now we're getting all of these clips and just people messing around with the Darth Vader AI, making him say some of the most terrible, awful, nasty, filthy stuff that childish people would die laughing at. And when I first heard of this announcement, I was like, oh my God, I was terrified that this is what was going to happen, because it is true that, yes, James Earl Jones did sign over his vocal likeness for AI use and for, you know, different people to use his voice in different projects and stuff. And we saw a little bit of that in Kenobi, because that's sometimes I get confused on if James Earl Jones was involved at all with that process, or if it was all AI, because I hear conflicting things. But at the bottom line, AI was used in some regard for how Vader sounded in the show, and that sucks. That really sucks, man. This whole situation sucks, in my honest opinion. Now, I know people are gonna be like, well, James Earl Jones signed over his voice and his family is involved, and I don't care about none of that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That does nothing for me. I don't care if the family was involved, but I really despise where this is headed and what they're using this for, right? Voice actors are currently on strike. For you guys who don't know, SAG-AFTRA is on strike against the gaming companies, and funnily enough, it seems that Epic Games would be on the strike list. Anyways, but yes, they are picketing. They're still having meetings and still trying to figure out how to get what they need done, and really trying to protect the next generation of actors such as myself and the many other voice actors out there who are probably watching this or who have aspirations of getting in the industry. It is they've been on strike. I want to say, I remember the strike got authorized when Spider-Man 2 came out. And then I want to say like a few months after Spider-Man 2 came out, that's when the gaming strike like really went into effect. So they've been on strike against the game company for like a long time now. It's about to be coming up on a year of them striking against the game company, if not a year passing already. To do this right now when game voice actors are striking against you is so sinister and disrespectful, in my honest opinion. There are voice actors out here who have not worked in months, who work primarily in video games, and of course there have been video game companies that have signed interim agreements and stuff like that, but the main big companies are really holding out, same as what happened with the on-camera strike, and are just not coming to the table. Now it's just not working. Voice actors are really putting their all into this. The union is putting their all into this. You cannot get more egotistical, more full of yourself than to do this right now. It's not a needed feature. I keep going on Twitter and Fortnite keeps saying like, oh, we did a hot fix for Darth Vader to not say this, we did a hot fix for Darth Vader to not say that, we did a hot fix for this, hot. I keep seeing them talking about them constantly having to hot fix the AI, right? So if the goal for Darth Vader in Fortnite is to be interactive, is it really interactive after all if you have to constantly hot fix and constantly have to put in things for the Vader AI to not respond to, or having to put in set words for Vader to say when a player says a certain thing? If that's the case, why could you have not gotten a voice actor to do things just as a regular NPC as Vader? It doesn't make any sense to me. I get that you want this interactive, ha ha ha, funny, But to do this with the voice of a man who is no longer here is so deeply sinister and unfunny to me. It's a cheap gimmick is what it is. It's no different than what they did with Christopher Reeves in The Flash. Just having him in there for a quick cameo, and it's just nasty. It's nasty work, honestly. There are so many talented actors, performers who can deliver if you let them. And it seems like we're headed into this world where it's like, oh, well, now the NPCs can be interactive and stuff like that. And I guess cool, but like I said, if you're having to constantly put these hotfixes and constantly having to put in keywords that the AI cannot respond to and stuff like that, then is it really interactive after all? The answer is no. It really isn't, and you're just doing this to get money off of James Earl Jones' name. How much was James Earl Jones paid for this? Honestly, I don't want to come off as disrespectful, right? But James Earl Jones was way into his 90s when approached about selling his vocal likeness away for Vader and for whatever else the deal entailed. I'm 22, about to be 23. There's so much about the generative AI space and AI in general that I do not understand. If I don't get it, what makes you think someone in their mid-90s is going to fully understand what they have done when it comes to this? I'm fully convinced that they probably said something or sweetened up the deal to make James Earl Jones be more okay with it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I just can't see a world where a performer would actively do this. Someone as well established as James Earl Jones, I might get it with someone who's just starting out or is in desperate need of money, but the thing about it is, when you sell your voice, these companies are always going to be making way more money than they pay you for. They could be like, oh, we're going to give you $5,000 for your vocal cloning and we own it. It's like, okay, yes, thank you for the $5,000. I really need it. But that company is probably making multiple millions or hundreds of thousands off of just your voice alone. And you know how much you're making off of that? Nothing. There is a reason why actors are striking against this practice. There's also a reason why actors don't just going around selling away their likeness and vocal likeness just for that exact reason. You want to work. I assume if you want to be a performer, like this is something in you that you care about a lot. So to just sell your voice away or sell away your likeness so these AI companies could just clone you and put you in whatever the heck they want so they can make more money off of you than you ever would if you were to just do it. You give these companies an inch. We see this all the time. You give these companies an inch, they are going to take a mile. And that's why we are striking, so they don't take that mile. We're already seeing stuff where Microsoft is already implementing AI voices for Xbox and stuff like that. And it's just like, dog, it feels so defeating to see this, especially as someone who cares so much about the craft, who has such an attachment to what James Earl Jones has done. The legacy he has left as Vader, you cannot touch. But these companies constantly, they want to touch it. They want you to be able to talk to James Earl Jones and he say something back, or in Kenobi, so they don't have to hire Scott Lawrence or Matt Sloan or Fred Tatasciore or many of the other phenomenal performers who I'm sure are just as affected by James Earl Jones' iconic quality as Vader. So they don't have to pay them, so they could just do it for free and make the money and disregard us as talents, as people, because they don't see us as people. There's a reason why we constantly see strikes in the entertainment industry. It's for this exact reason. I had a friend of mine bring this up to me and he was like, this is just like Siri, like it's an extension of Siri. And while I see where he was coming from, I wholeheartedly disagree. This is not the same as Siri. This is using a dead man's voice for a cheap gimmick, for something that doesn't need to be in there. And people keep being like, oh, well, the family. I don't care. I genuinely do not care if his family was involved. I don't care if James Earl Jones himself was. Now, I say that, but if James Earl Jones himself was alive, was like, you know what, I'm okay with Fortnite doing this. I'm okay. Just go ahead. I can't get mad at that because that is James Earl Jones' personal choice. But at the same time, I have to question how much he knew about this technology or how it was going to be used. Because I'm 100% sure James Earl Jones would not want y'all using his voice as Vader to say the F slur or other slurs and derogatory terms. I saw a Vader clip of Vader talking about George Floyd. Are y'all serious? No, genuinely, are we serious now? This is how we use James Earl Jones' voice? Do you think he'd be happy with that? Do you think he'd be proud to hear his voice be used in that way? Absolutely not. Oh, but it's just like Siri. It's not. It's not fair and it's not right. This is setting a bad precedent. And for people who cannot see that, I seriously question y'all. We know how these companies get down. We see it constantly. We see that they want to get rid of us as performers. We see that they're trying to use generative AI in so many spaces. Lucasfilm just did a presentation about using a generative AI short film. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Y'all turning me into Boosie. Boosie not a good person. Hold on. Which y'all are getting me really upset because it's so frustrating that so many people cannot see where this is headed. First is, oh, well, we got the permission of the family and we're using James Earl Jones. And then it's going to go to, oh, whoa, we could use Kevin Conroy's voice or we could, no. There's no difference between someone using James Earl Jones here and using Kevin Conroy to say Batman quotes when he has long passed. It's not cute. I don't like it. And it sucks. It downright sucks. Someone brought up an extremely good point. With NPCs, you have actors who are making creative artistic choices to deliver these words to you for you to fully be immersed in the world. But when it comes to AI, it's just an empty husk delivering whatever. It's not the same as an NPC. I will say though, the one good thing I am seeing is a lot of people are for the most part, against it. Like, I'm seeing a lot of backlash. I'm seeing a lot of fans being like, hey, this sucks, take the AI out, get rid of it. It's like, no more. This is a really bad idea. It's a genuinely bad idea because we see how people act. You say, oh, the Vader can interact with you. He's going to make him say slurs. He's going to make him say anti-Semitic stuff. And we are seeing that in full force. This is not only disrespectful to James Earl Jones' legacy as Vader, but disrespectful to the many voice actors who are fighting for a future in this industry. And that's all I have to say on that. I'm gonna leave you guys with this word. I'm gonna leave it here. These companies will find any and every way to make sure that they have all of the profit. They're gonna do stuff like this to fully maximize their profit. And that's just the truth of the matter. I stand with voice actors. I stand against this nonsense. And for the people who are making Vader say slurs and doing all this stuff, y'all genuinely suck. And it's not funny and it's not cute. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. But thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I have to say. Rest in peace always to James Earl Jones, man. Like, that still doesn't sit right with me. I always had a dream of interviewing or meeting James Earl Jones just to tell him thank you for what he gave, for giving us the wonderful character of Darth Vader. And I hope somewhere in the ether he could hear me, but genuinely, thank you, James Earl Jones, for everything you gave to the entertainment industry. This isn't right. Companies should not be doing this, and no, it's not. It's not like Siri. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. What do you guys think about AI Vader? Do you like it? Do you love it? Are you like me? I hope you're like me. God, I hope you're like me and you despise this nonsense. But I will see y'all on the next video. And as always, my peeps, peace, love, safety. Until next time.